I should probably tell you the reason we brought you here, though I have a sneaking suspicion you already know. You, sir, have won not $10,000, but $20,000.
So you're this is real.
Yes, real U.S. dollars in your Overlord Club account. That's why you have to make one to win our sweepstakes.
Okay. I'm
Yeah. Now the post office
sorry.
bandits are
I'm
sending it to
just
people in cereal boxes. So like, yeah, here you go.
I'm sorry if I seem skeptical. I mean, I am, but
As you probably should be.
yeah, it's the
Most people
world
are
we
there
live
like the
in. You have to
government.
be.
I'll
So
take
I
some,
just
please.
yeah. I mean,
Yes.
that's awesome. So
Good. I'm glad you like it
could,
because
couldn't have
that's kind of
come
the
at a better
point.
time. So
Oh,
that's
good. I mean,
yeah.
unfortunate. I actually would like you to say, I really don't need it. It's just irrelevant, but it seems like
Trust
everybody
me,
could
I
use a
would
couple
love
bucks.
to say that. I would love to say
Yeah.
that, but no, that's it's actually the complete opposite. So I'm like, you have no idea. Like,
Well, I'm
couldn't
sorry to help.
have. Thank you for your troubles, man.
Well,
I'm sorry. I don't have any. Like, I'm at a loss for words. I'm like,
that's okay.
I mean,
That's
I
understandable. Oh,
yeah. I don't even know. I mean, I have a ton of questions, but I
great. I
guess
love questions because
I'll
they let
get
me
to
answer
that when
things.
you're ready. But
Yeah. Also, remember, you're going to be earning 20% on that 20 grand at the Overlord Club, compounding
okay,
monthly, of course. Now, that's 20% a year. That's not 20% a month. Let me be very clear. That's an annual rate of 20%, and you get distributed monthly. So, just to be very clear on that.
all right. So that breaks down
Yeah.
to what one point. I'm not good at math. 1 point something a month, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not that
About
good.
1 and 2 quarters,
Okay,
or 1 and 2 thirds,
but
right around
still,
there.
and
It's better
compounds.
than a
Yeah,
CD at a bank. There's
yeah,
only so much I can pass through. Well,
yeah. That's awesome. I mean, I
that's the whole point of the Overlord Club. Look, we're trying to teach people, we're trying to get people ways to make money, and we're trying to help people. Because you know what? I'm really sick of my fellow man not doing so good. And I'd really like all my friends and stuff to be able to be in a good enough place to where when I want to sit and play video games with them, they can actually spend some time and do that. If
yeah,
I want
I
to go
would
to a
love.
card tournament with them, I'd love for them to be able to participate instead of saying, sorry, got to go to work. I can't miss that work, not for a single day, man.
We weren't meant to live like this. You're right.
No,
So
no, it's terrible. We're
yeah,
overtaxed, we're overworked. Everybody's overweight too, not to mention, that and everything else. You said you
well,
got some kids.
I do. I've got two. Um,
Oof.
one's about to be 5, and one's about to be 1. So it's a fun time right now. So
Oh, congratulations, boys,
uh,
girls.
both girls. So yeah, say a couple of prayers for
I'll
me.
pray for you.
Yeah, thank you. No, they're awesome though. I joke about that, but they are awesome. So wouldn't have it any other way.
Now I'm going to
But yeah,
call you in 15 years and we're going to check up on that.
if you call me in 15 years, and I will have aged about 35 years. So I mean, yeah, I'm married, father of two, and 32, and I'm actually a realtor. Have
Oh,
been
yeah.
past 7 years now. So
Congrats.
well, thanks, but it's some slow times right now just because of everything going on right now in our wonderful economy.
What? No, CNN told me the economy's great.
Yeah,
Surely you're
yeah,
just
yeah.
mistaken.
Well, I guess I am. I mean, got to believe what they say, right?
Yeah, they've never been wrong.
But no, before that, I was, in insurance. I hated sitting behind a desk all day. It was
Mm,
boring, and I got out, and I ended up loving real estate. But yeah, so
okay.
I guess I consider myself somewhat an entrepreneur because I'm an
As
independent
all that should
contractor.
be.
That's so much better than, like I said, sitting
Wow.
behind a desk and taking orders from the boss all day.
Yeah, nobody
Now it
enjoys
does
that.
have its ups and downs. It's a roller coaster, but
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like I
especially
said,
come
it's
tax time.
exactly. Oh my gosh, that hurts.
Yeah. Trust me, nobody feels your pain like I feel your pain.
Oh my gosh, it hurts.
So you got questions. Let me see if I have the answer.
I mean, I'm first off, I mean, I've never, I think a lot of people can say this, never been just gifted $20,000. So first off, what do I do with it? I mean,
Please don't give it to the government. That's
yes,
my only request.
I will say I am, just being in real estate and,
Hmm.
just being around it. I am an investor, so, but I've never just had just a free
Hmm.
$20,000 to play with. It's always, been a smaller amount. So
Yeah.
with that
I
big of an amount, I mean, where do I like what do you recommend? What should I do with it?
Well, you're forcing me to
There's
plug my own products, but if you're really interested
I
in real estate, Are you familiar with our OREE token?
So I have, just based on your videos I've seen. I'm not very well versed on it, so you can
Yeah.
probably, help me out
Oh,
with it
that's
a little
fine. It's a
bit.
fairly new project.
Okay.
Yeah. So the OREE, the Overlord Real Estate Empire token, it's basically just a portfolio of real estate. It's not one sector specific, though we do have a lot of single family homes or multi unit small things, under 30 units in there. We have some storage units, things like that, a whole variety of different things. We really don't have any office buildings. We try and steer clear of that unless it's just like $100 million office building going for 7 million bucks. Okay, we'll jump on that. But like, it's
Yeah.
really, really got to make some crazy good sense. Everything's supposed to be cash flowing. We target about 1.1% of the property's value in rent per month, which makes deals challenging sometimes, but we can get
Yeah.
there pretty consistently. And of course, we use an ungodly amount of leverage. I mean, we truly leverage it to the hilt. So, of course, there are traditional mortgages and stuff like that, because, of course, you got to do that. Why not? But on top of that, we actually have access to really cheap capital from the discount down. So we can take that and use it for distributions and reinvestments and stuff. So now our cash flow that we're getting off the rent, not only does it service our traditional debt and stuff, but now anything that we have extra over that, we can pile back into getting more real estate. So unlike a REIT that has to pay out all of its cash just about, and then it's got a few percent left over, well, bonus employees and stuff like that, and we can grow by maybe 4 or 5% this year and pay a 4% dividend. We are currently paying roughly a 25% yield. Now, obviously, this can change over time. It can go up, it can go down. People stop paying their rent. Obviously, that is subject to variance over time. But we can do that while growing at a tremendous rate. We're able to plow about a 20%, 25% back into our portfolio while paying that distribution and having extra cash left over in our buffer reserve. Now, it helps that we're getting like 2% on the debt that we're getting from the discount Dow, but some of it's just really good assets, cash flowing really well.
And I guess you're trying to target the properties and make sure you get some appreciation on its own. Just
Yes, we try and make sure
that.
all the properties are good properties that'll be worth more. But honestly, with all this government printing, inflation's kind of making it pretty easy to
It's
get stuff
making it
that's
easy.
going to
That's right.
appreciate regardless. I mean,
Yeah,
like,
it's true.
you don't have to be a genius these
You
days to
can't
buy a
really go wrong,
property.
huh?
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
just don't overpay. And as long as you're buying based on cash flow,
Hmm.
pretty hard to overpay for something.
That's right.
And then it's just a matter of getting your cost of capital as low as humanly possible. Well, thanks to DeFi, we have very low single digit cost of capital. I mean, 2% is some of our cost of capital. I mean, come on, the US government's borrowing at 4% right now. Not to mention its clever little passive buyback system and stuff that sometimes creates a little bit of extra gain just because people trying to get liquidity rapidly and stuff. But yeah, I mean, honestly, full disclosure, everybody watching, I have millions and millions of dollars in this, plan to have millions more. I like real estate, and this is my preferred way to hold it right now. And it lets me be degenerate because I can take it and I can take it to the discount Dow and I can borrow against the real estate token at like 5%, go back, get more real estate token, take that to the discount Dow, borrow again at 5%. Meanwhile, it's distributing at roughly 25%. This is very not safe if you leverage it up too much. I need to be very clear to anybody watching. Like, loop it 10 times, you're in trouble if anything ever happens. But loop it 3 times and you've got a really good return and you're pretty safe, unless we have 2008 part two or three now that it's COVID time.
Let's
But,
pray that don't happen for everyone.
yeah, let's hope that doesn't happen. Yeah. You have any more specific questions about the real estate thing? Because I'll just rammer on. I'll just, ramble
No,
forever and
you
ever.
went in pretty good detail there. I think you say this, I'm not afraid to admit, I've been doing this for 7 years, but I feel like you know a lot more about the financial side of real estate than I do. So,
Well, to be fair, I
um,
was back when I was a kid, even I was doing like Section 8 rentals with my pops and stuff. So like I've been in real estate
okay.
truly my whole life.
All right. Well, that
Yeah.
explains it then.
Yeah, you don't hate the government this much without being in business for a little bit.
If I leave it in, is it the Overlord account? Is that
Yeah, the
what I
Overlord
call it?
Club.
Or
Yeah, it's
so,
your Overlord Club account.
and now I will tell you that I know, sorry, I don't really know how to ask this,
All
but
right, you're
is
good.
it going to be in the form of US dollars, or is it in the form of cryptocurrency or
So it's in DM stablecoin, a dollar backed,
stablecoin?
redeemable,
Okay.
and collateralized debt position stablecoin, which you can, of
Okay.
course, off ramp to your bank account, just swap it through. And you have to do that through through Coinbase or Circle or Kraken, or pick any exchange you want. We aren't legally allowed to do that as we're not an exchange.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it's my preferred stablecoin of choice.
All
It's
right.
just like Maker's Die, or I guess it's Sky's USDS.
Now I have a little bit of experience with, like I said, crypto. It's been a year. I stopped doing it, but for different reasons. But I day traded for a little bit and actually
Oh,
had. I know that's now you see why I stopped, right?
yeah, yeah. No, if anybody can take any advice from this, don't day trade.
Yeah.
89% of people who day trade lose not just some money, but 90% of their money within
Let me
one
tell
year.
you. You see all these people, these gurus online. They talk you into it. It's all
Mm,
great, but and yes, I had a few awesome trades that just kept me going, but it's basically like going to the casino and
mm.
it's a crapshoot. So yeah, I learned my lesson pretty
Yeah,
quick.
it's a hard
Stop
lesson
that.
to learn, and it feels like most people have to learn it the hard way. And I wish that wasn't the case, but yeah, there's a reason I'm always screaming about cash flow fundamentals. Be boring. Be boring.
Yep.
Leverage the boring, but be boring.
Yep.
Okay.
Why couldn't you tell me that like 3 years ago?
Well, I'll be honest. I was debating retiring 3 years ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, 3 years ago, I was very much playing I can just kick my feet up on an island. I don't have to deal with people anymore. I don't have to care about a thing in the world. And then I realized that everything I cared about was getting corrupted. And so we got to do something. So here we are doing something.
Okay. Looking for purpose. I like it.
Yeah.
After listening to some guru online, which
Mm,
I followed for a little
I
bit.
hate that word.
Yeah, I do too. But which nothing against him. He seemed to know what he was talking about. But anyway, I followed advice and I actually moved a good amount of my crypto into a stable coin to a company that of their own stable coin. But yeah, I did move it there because there was, a promise, and it did, and it paid out every month percentage. Um, but anyway, that company ended up going bankrupt, and you see the predicament that put me in. It sucked. So I
Mm.
guess my question to you is, how would this be different if I
Oh,
were
that's
to
actually a great question.
if
I was
well,
actually
if I
planning to
were to
make a
not
movie
only
on this.
keep this money there, but also keep
Hmm.
investing money because I don't want to lose any more. Now, I will
Yeah.
say, based on the bankruptcy settlement, I did get two separate checks,
Yeah.
but it wasn't all of the money because I mean, you know how bankruptcy settlements go.
Yeah.
They
No,
pay
the
out what they
Celsius
can.
bankruptcy was not the best.
Yep. So I got two separate checks, and I got probably about just spitballing here, maybe about 30 to 40% of my money, which sucks, but at least it was
Yeah.
some.
I
So
mean, if it makes you feel better, the average normal company bankruptcy is usually like 3%, which,
it does make me feel
you
bad.
know,
So,
yeah.
yeah.
So, like, congratulations.
Well, thank you for that. That makes me feel a
Yeah,
lot
yeah.
because I'm not gonna lie, it sucked.
But to answer the question, you're trying very politely to ask without asking, what happens if the Overlord Club goes bust? I'll be very clear. I'm going to be
It's
very
exactly what
frank
I'm
with
asking.
everyone. Okay. If the Overlord Club busts, whatever happened to the Overlord Club? If we get hacked and mysteriously we go off to India and die, like Quadriga CX or any of those other crazy things, Safe Banking Group has insured us for $20 billion. And we have an option to extend it should deposits rise to over 20 billion, up to 50, but that's going to cost us a whole lot more money. Yeah, we're straight up insured in dollar terms. So if something should happen, if tomorrow we were hacked and every single Satoshi was drained from our wallet, dollars come out and everybody gets paid their dollar value of whatever they had at the time it was hacked and stuff. Every penny goes back to Gigas. And I have a very unpleasant day. But, obviously this is not FDIC insurance. This is third party insurance, but the cash is sitting there earning, ready to bail people out should it need to be. It is insured. Simple as that. And it doesn't just cover one very narrow case. It covers any event in which you guys would be deprived of your money for any reason. Hacked, fraud, us doing bad things, which if we do bad things, I've got to hunt down somebody on our team, which would make me sad. No matter what happens, every single Satoshi on our thing is safe. Now, don't take that to mean if you deposit a meme coin with us that you're not going to lose money, because you are losing money if you have meme coins. But that's your own fault. You will still have the same number of meme coins. It'll just be worth nothing because they have no inherent value.
Okay.
But yes, feel free to poke and prod any very specifics on that because we made sure it was bulletproof for a reason.
Okay.
But yeah, no, we cover every single cent. Well, technically we don't. The third party does. Safe Banking Group
You're
does. But
insured for
like
it. Okay.
we are insured for every cent up to 20 billion, and then after that we have to pay an egregious amount, and it'll go up to 50. But
I
we are
bet
covered at
it
20 right
is.
now.
Because I don't know, you'd probably have to go to I've been in insurance before. You probably have to go to a
Yeah.
specialized, like Lloyd's of
Oh
London or something
yes.
to.
It is very bespoke.
You always see all these content providers and stuff, and I've always been skeptical, but
Yeah. Well, you should be. I'll be honest.
well,
I had
yeah, it's the
serious
world we live
hesitations.
in. Like it's,
Yeah. Well, I didn't originally want to do any of this, none of the content, none of the, give away, none of this. I was like, yeah, I'm really not. I'm the guy who does the numbers. I'd prefer doing that. And my friends were like, yeah, but look, I'm not explaining this. I can't explain this to these people. These people need somebody to walk them through it. Otherwise, they're going to keep buying monkey pictures and meme coins. Okay. Okay. That's fair. That's fair.
you're not wrong. Yep.
Yeah, everybody who goes on the news and stuff to talk about some financial product or some company, they're usually promoting their own stuff, or they have a buddy who has it, or they have a fund who's holding it. That is
Mm-hmm.
one of the most corrupt things we have. If you see somebody going on there and talking about something, know that they have a interest they're usually not disclosing, by the way, and they are deeply incentivized. Meanwhile, me over here, I'm like, hey, look, I'm involved in all the things that we've talked about, with the exception of meme coins and monkey pictures, but like all the tokens, assume I have millions in them. Okay. But they'll go on there and they'll be like, oh yes, I think this stock, it's a great stock. You guys should all buy it. Meanwhile, before they went on the show, they, bought up 20% of the company and they're about to dump
Yep.
on you.
I don't even know how to articulate this. Is it transferring it into the or
No.
cryptocurrency account, or what is it? What's it
So,
going to? What account is it
okay.
going?
So it's pulling funds from my personal account through the business into your personal account in dollar form. And all dollars and certain stable coins deposited in an Overlord Club account get turned into DM because we want to increase the peg stability module over there. So now you have $20,000 in DM, which is just 20,000 DM, and it'll be reflected in dollars in your account. And
Okay.
it's auto set to bond it, so you'll be earning the 20%, assuming you have a night membership or better.
Okay.
There you go. It's just that easy.
Okay. And that's leaving it as it is, but I can pull it out and do whatever I
Yep.
want to with it, or
Yeah, hit cool off and then just select the wallet address after it's done cooling off that you're sending it to and send and do whatever you like with it.
okay. And
Yeah.
you said if I do pull it out and convert it to cash or whatever, you
Mhm.
said there's no taxes on it because you took care of it.
That is correct. If you're looking to earn, leave it in there. Or if you're really, really interested in like real estate or something, you can swap it for OREE, and then that'll be a capital gains eventually when I'm assuming you're going to wrap that if you're buying it for the long term, because capital gains tax is a lot cheaper.
Yeah.
But like that's another option you got. Or just, swap it out into USDC or whatever you prefer, or Tether or anything. Put it through your preferred exchange or your Circle account if you have one, or whatever you like to use. It depends on what your intentions are. What would you like to do with the money? And I'll help you right now
Well,
decide what
uh,
you should do.
honestly, I just want it to grow. Like I don't. I mean,
All right.
well, there's. I mean, yeah, like I told you this, and I thank you. Like it's honestly a blessing. Like this could not
I'm
have
happy to
come.
help.
This could not have come at a better time. You have no idea.
Good.
Things are slow in real estate, so thank you.
Yeah.
And I mean that. So I'll probably use a little bit to help with bills and things, but most of it I want to let grow.
Yeah.
So
All right.
yeah,
So now what's your risk
what's
tolerance?
the best? Don't ask me.
uh,
You've heard my
that's the
background.
wrong.
You
Yeah,
know
I know the answer's coming. It's the wrong answer, but it's an
you
answer.
well here's the thing. I take risks.
Hmm.
I like to think I take calculated risks, but I mean I've been burned a lot and I've won a lot. So I probably am a little too aggressive with my risk, so I need to dial it down a little bit. And that's what I want to do here. Like I told you earlier,
Hmm.
like hindsight's always 2020. If I could go back, I would play the long game and wouldn't do that day trading. I would have held my coins.
Mhm.
So I kind of want to do that here. I want to do more of the long game and play it more
Okay.
safe.
Well, if you're looking for something safe that's not really crazy, honestly, that's what the whole deposit feature is meant for. It's meant to be the safest, most guaranteed thing I can find people, paying out as much as I reasonably can. That's what that's really intended for. It's meant to be what a bank should be, paying you as much interest as it reasonably can while keeping operations good and ticking along. We're just doing this very simple thing.